No, your lappy.
Here we go.
Alright. Hey, welcome. Welcome to our live focus yoga class. Come on and join us. We're here today. Let's get started. You can have some blocks around or a book or cans. And I think definitely a blanket and maybe a little pillow from your couch. We're going to use them today. I think today's class will be a little gentle. I feel like we need a little restorativeness today from our models. I'm vibing out. Yeah. So don't worry if you're feeling like, oh, I wish I didn't wake up yet and wish I was still in bed. Take our class. We'll have fun together. It won't be that hard. Let's chant Om together. Let's inhale, lengthen, deep breath in. Let's begin. I love starting by winding the torso around. We're sitting in any comfortable little seated position. Maybe not on your shins, but we're just winding the torso around. We're tuning in today. How does our spine feel? Mine is also achy today, and that's okay. We're just observing without any judgment. Making big circles in one direction. Maybe even we're adding pauses, aspects of the neck or the shoulders. Trying to find those little spots that maybe have a little bit of stagnant energy. Maybe we can wiggle it out. Couple more changing directions. Good. And let's come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward, hinging forward. So we're allowing the belly button to get closer to the shins as the shoulders resist away from the floor. You can release your hands to the floor, to the mat. Want a nice broad collarbone here as our sitting bones are firm on the mat. Give me a couple breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softening. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften just a little bit more. Good. See if your neck can be an extension of the spine. Holding it for just a breath. And coming back to center. Excellent. Let's walk these left fingertips out to the side. Have your right arm come up and over. Good. I want your sternum turning towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Good. And once you're there, as long as this hip stays glued to the mat, you're going to explore bending your left elbow. As long as that hip stays on the mat. Good. This right arm I want almost diagonal. So almost pretend you can reach the corner of your room where the ceiling and the wall meet. So straight to the corner. Good. Any more? Can you lift that sternum towards the sky? So it's that little gentle twist. Holding it, but not the breath. 3, 2, a string on the top of your head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walking to the right, nice and easy. Allow this opposite hand to come over and reach for the corner of the room. As we inhale, lengthen and lift the sternum towards the sky, shoulders staying in its socket. Good. Find this stretch. Sitting bones are both glued on the mat. Good. If this still feels cozy and we're working a little deeper today, we can see how it feels to bend this right elbow. Good. You can explore it. But I still want this finger moving, this hand moving diagonally towards the diagonal part where the ceiling and the wall meet. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Maybe the sternum rotates any more towards the sky. Good. Holding it. 3, 2, and releasing. Good. Back to center. Let's take the leg that's on top, put it in the back. The one that's on the bottom, put it in the top. Good. And let's begin. We're winding the torso around, allowing the breath to soften, allowing the body to soften, and the mind. Putting all of our thoughts, things we have to address or deal with, placing them into a little drawer or a big wardrobe or almirah, and just setting them aside. Setting them aside. Be here now with us in this little moving meditation, adding aspects. The neck, shoulders, maybe you want little pauses, cracks or creaks. Maybe we're exploring different parts of our body or areas that we're trying to wiggle out any tension. Tuning in, tuning out. Maybe giving yourself a little positive affirmation this morning before starting the practice. Maybe a little figure 8 with the shoulders or a little movement. Let's come back to center. Inhale, lengthen nice and long and tall. Exhale, hinging, nice broad collarbones, sitting bones firm on the mat as we release forward. Good. Release your hands, if you like, towards the floor as long as the shoulders don't round forward. Sitting bones are firm on the mat. Allow your neck to be an extension of your spine. And let's hold it here for one more full breath in. Good. And let's come back to center. Beautiful. Let's come on all fours. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. I'm live. Let's just sit just like this before we go on all fours. Good. So I'll come sideways. My fingers are pointing towards my bum, and your knees are just kind of up. Easy peasy, right? We're going to inhale, lengthen. Just allow the knees to fall to one side. Good. Come back to center. So I'm sorry, my feet are a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Maybe I should say that. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knees to the other side. Good. A little tension face over there. Good. See if you can soften any tension in your face. Good. Come back to center. That's good. Then we need this one. Excellent. The other side. Yeah, This is one of my favorites. If I'm on the floor just goofing off, see if you can keep both hips closer to the floor. Good, back to center. Other side, on the exhalation. Good. Excellent. Yes. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale the other side one more time. Good. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale last time. Good. Holding it here. Not the breath. Softening the breath. We're not forgetting to breathe. It happens. It's normal. Good. And back to center. Excellent. Now on all fours. Let's move on to all fours. If you have any tension under your knees, you're welcome to put your blanket, a little pillow, the mat, whatever to help keep you feel comfortable. Fingers spread nice and wide. Middle fingers are like train tracks. Knees hip width distance apart. Good. Inhale, navel towards the floor. We're lifting the chin, untucking our sitting bones. Untucking them. Good. Holding it here in this full range of motion. Good. And exhale, chin to chest. Wringing out all the air in the lungs. We're going to hold it here. Maybe even taking another breath in this position, but chin to chest, tucking the tailbone under, wringing out all the air in your lungs. Good. Inhale. Navel towards the floor, untucking. Good. Exhale. Tucking the tailbone under, chin to chest. Navel towards the floor. Good. Navel towards the sky. Good. And back to center. All right. Just put a little smile on your face and like wag your little tail. Yeah, we're just wagging our tail. Yeah, we have a nice neutral spine. Maybe we're working our obliques. Maybe you're letting out some tension from the week. Maybe it's been stressful. It is April 2020. We know what's happening, the great lockdown, but we're enjoying. Good, we're shaking out any tension. Shaking it out, shaking it out. Good, and back to center. Give me a couple circles on the floor with your belly button. Big circles, big circles. One direction. Good. Big circles in the other direction. Good. And back to center. We're going to do this pose. It's like a little frog pose, it's kind of called. And it's a great external rotation. So we're going to have this blanket because it just helps your knee. Keeps things safe. And we're in all fours. And then we can release down to the floor. So this is easy, right? This is enjoyable so far. Right? We're having fun. All right, good. Come up on your, maybe just have your hands under your shoulders. That's easiest. And we're gonna have this knee, the blanket by your right knee. You're gonna tuck both toes under. I want your elbows squeezing together to the back of the room. And we're just gonna use everything to help support, lift this leg up and bend it at a 90-degree angle and place it on that blanket. Good, excellent. Now you can release your hands. You can stack them on top of each other. Place your chin on them. Good. How does that feel? Feels okay?
Yep.
Good. You can get to know yourself better. Maybe have your hand on that right hip and allow it to see if it can release down. Good. Excellent. Any more? So I'm kind of closing up this gap here between my inner thigh and the floor, if you can see that. Shoulders move away from the ears, and we can inhale, lengthen. Your chin can be in the opposite direction of your knee. Good. See if your shoulders can move away from your ears. And see if each exhalation, with each exhalation, this right hip can release and get a little closer to the floor. There's a lot of tension, even you can give yourself a little massage. Actually, it's more of a pounding than a massage, but still feels good. If there's any tension back there. Good. It's okay, you can get to know yourself. Excellent. Give me 2 full deep breaths here. Nice and easy. Shoulders away from the ears. Each exhalation, see if you can release that inner thigh closer to the floor without any tension. Good. Holding it. One more breath. Excellent. Let's come out of this nice and safely. So hands under your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide. Tuck the toes under. You're going to lift all the way up and then back to the other foot. Good. Take this blanket. The blanket's just there to keep your knees safe. Good. And I just like to set it up this way. Fingers spread nice and wide into the mat. We're inhaling. Use the core. Exhale. Bring this knee to a 90-degree angle. Place the blanket under your knee. Good. And then we're moving this hip closer to the floor. So we may be something like this, and that's okay if that's how it looks. Just see if we can release into it. Relax towards the floor anymore. Good. Hands can stack on top of each other. Your chin can be center if there's any tension. Or it's a gentle twist if our chin is in the opposite direction of our knee. Good. See if shoulders move away from the ears. And again, maybe we're exploring. Get to know yourself. What's happening back there? Where is it tight?
Where isn't it tight?
Where isn't it tight? He says, huh? So that's good. Pound it out. Even a little self-massage in this position is great. Don't worry. Nobody cares. Nobody cares you're massaging yourself in your house. Maybe everyone can do it. Good. Let's inhale, lengthen, exhale. Let's bring our chin in the opposite direction of our knee and give me 2 full breaths here. A nice, steady, slow, calm release. See if each exhalation can release your inner thigh closer to the floor with each exhalation. Holding it. 3, 2, and coming back to center. Excellent. Place your hands under your shoulders. Spread those fingers. Tuck the back toe, right toe. Inhale. Exhale. Lift this foot all the way back. Nice and easy with control. Excellent. You're going to push yourself up. And you're going to sit back on your heels. And you're going to grab a block and maybe your blanket. So we're going to sit in Vajrasana. So you can sit either, maybe it's time to take my sweater off. Let's see, are we warming up yet? Yes, our chest is warm. Look at him. He's like, I'm ready for summertime. Yeah, he's ready.
I had a taste of the sun, now I want more.
Right, we did. We had a taste of the sun this last week. I'm hoping it comes back too. So we can either just sit on our heels if we like, or we can use this block to place it in between or our book.
What's the difference with or without the block?
Well, it makes it the block makes it a little more accessible and maybe a little more comfortable. Takes the pressure off the top of your feet and maybe the knees, and just maybe makes it more accessible for people coming up a little bit higher. Rather than this full, which sometimes there could be tension here for people here.
Yeah, because we've done it a few times, and I did it with the block. But somehow I have trouble sitting on the block. The trouble is gone now.
Okay.
I used to have trouble putting my sitting bones on this block, sitting like this, but somehow.
That's okay. Things change. It's okay. We're entitled to change, right? Good. Yeah. Good. Right, and maybe the block helps untuck these sitting bones a little bit. And you can Again, get to know yourself, where I will lift up the undeveloped muscle back there and set it right on those blocks. Good. We're gonna need a blanket, Miss Nina, so you may have to take that out from under your, oh, you know what, let me get another one. Let me get a blanket. Here, take that and roll it up. We're gonna make a nice long, like a strap. That's what we're gonna do.
We love straps.
We like straps. All right, so we're making this blanket nice and long. Let's do some shoulders. I feel like there's some tension in our shoulders and maybe in our upper body. Yeah, I hear some ahongs. So let's work on that together. Excellent. So you're either on the block or not on the block. I don't care. You're just comfortable in a comfortable seated position. We're taking this blanket, making it into a strap, and let's begin. We're going to start at our knees. Good. Let's inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Perfect. And what I want is nice and stable. So inhaling up. Good. Exhaling down. So if you found yourself doing one of these, we're inhaling up, exhaling down. You're cheating yourself. No wonky shoulders. So I want a nice, steady up. Good. And nice, steady down. Good. Inhale. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Couple more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. We're going to inhale up past the head, just beyond the head. Good. And we're going to bend these elbows. Just bend these elbows. It's like a little shoulder press. All the way down. Elbows into your low ribs. Good. And we're going to straighten these arms straight back. Straight back. Perfect. Shoulders away from the ears. Bending these elbows into the ribs. Press straight up. Good. Release down. Inhale up. Beyond the head, just beyond the head, bending the elbows. Elbows into your low ribs. Straighten your arms all the way out. Good. Last time, bending the elbows into the low ribs, pressing straight up. Good. And releasing all the way down. Excellent. And throw this off to the side. Beautiful. We're gonna do one more shoulder little stretch. We're gonna have elbows to elbows. So sounds funny, but we're just gonna bring our elbows on top of each other and kind of stack them. Doesn't matter which one you start with first. Inhale, lengthen. I like this little momentum. We're gonna bring elbow into elbow, and then see if we can bring our palms together. These are like eagle arms. So if you did Goranasana, another pose, these are just the arms of it. Good. And then shoulders away from the ears. Good. See if those palms face each other. Holding it. 3, 2. Good. Look at your elbows. Remember which one is on top. It's easy to forget. My left one's on top. Good. And release. Good. We're out to the side. Excellent. Other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Elbow to elbow. Other side. Now I have my right on top. Good. Palms facing each other. Shoulders move away from the ears. You're almost pressing into your palms. Good. And we're holding it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more breath. And release. Excellent. Good job. Let's release. Let's throw this block off to the side. Hope I'm not going to use it later. And come onto all fours. Let's come onto all fours. Good. You feel all right? Maybe we need to do a little shake. Maybe that. Shake out those knees. Maybe there is some tension in our knees. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good. Shake it out. Excellent. Beautiful. Yeah.
I'm so sore.
Oh, I think everyone's a little sore today, so it's good. We're going a little gentle. Good. I promise to keep it that way. Tuck your toes under. Excellent. Let's inhale, lengthen. Let's slowly move into downward dog. And go ahead, bend, alternating knees. Yes, maybe a little yes and no to the neck, making sure there's no tension in there. Good. Can we come to a nice stationary dog? Give me a little bend in the knees, a little untuck in the tailbone. Good. At the same time, we're pressing in with our 10 fingertips firmly into the mat equally. Your dominant arm isn't working more than your non-dominant arm. They're both working harmoniously. Good. We're holding it here. See if you can move the shoulders away from the ears. Again, no tension in the neck. Maybe it's a gentle shake. No. Good. And go ahead, release down onto the knees. Shift back into child's pose. In this child's pose, I would love for you to come up onto your fingertips. You're in a little Spider-Man position, and shoulders move away from the ears. Good. We're gonna do this again. And let's come back to center. Place the hands firm on the mat, middle fingers parallel to each other. We're shifting up, we're tucking our toes under. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, I want you to shift up and back. So it's almost like up and diagonally back. Good. Having a little slight bend in the knees so we can untuck our tailbone. That's really what I care about here. Good. Let's lift our left leg nice and high. Usually I start with the right, but I just said left. Ooh, tricky. Left leg, good. And release it down. Right leg nice and high towards the sky. Toes, knees, hips pointing down. Good. Release it down to the floor. Left leg, one more time, nice and high towards the sky. Inhale, lengthening. Exhaling, bringing the knee into the chest and step it all the way forward. Excellent. Release this back knee on the mat. Good. We're going to come up into a little low lunge here. Good. Yes. I heard some moans back there. Good. And I guess it's good. It hurts in a good way, maybe. We're going to see if we can push these hips any more forward. I'm totally cool with this knee going over the toes this time. And it sounds funny, this hip may want to be up. See if you can bring it down and also a little back. It comes forward, so you can move this hip back. So if these two, they're like parallel to each other, the right hip and the back hip. Good. Place your hands on your low back, fingers towards me. Pressing the top of that back foot into the mat. That helps. See if you can broaden the collarbone. Good. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can just lift your sternum towards the sky. You're just holding it there. Good. 3, 2, and releasing. Coming forward. We're going to release the right hand towards the floor. So the left foot is forward and the right hand is forward. Good. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale. We're going to begin to twist from the belly, the rib cage, the sternum, twisting. Beautiful. Watching this knee, it wants to kind of come out. See if you can keep it closer to the center line of the body. You can even put your left hand on that left knee if you like. Good. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting from the belly, the rib cage, the sternum. Inhale, lengthening again, twisting the belly, the rib cage, the sternum. Good, holding it here, but not the breath. We're breathing. 3, 2, and nice and easy. Don't fall out of it. We're coming back to center. Excellent. Good. We're gonna shift back. I was just realizing I kind of threw the blocks away. And we kind of need them.
I had the thought when you throw them
Right?
away, so I was like, oh, she's gonna need them
She's
later
gonna
on.
need them. Yeah. Hey, but yours are not that bad. We're gonna shift back. I'm gonna help them with their blocks. I won't use blocks because I don't know, I'm crazy sometimes, but I really want you to use some blocks if you had them. And we're gonna shift the hips back. Good. I'm gonna help Miss Nina. She really threw hers.
Yes.
Francesco knew. He knew I was gonna come back. He knew. He was like, I'm just gonna put him here. Good. Maybe I like throwing stuff. All right. Maybe that's what I discovered today. Good. So we are here, and it sounds funny. I want you to shift this hip back. Shift it back. Even more. And I want you to flex that toe, Miss Nina. Yeah. Show them the bottoms of your feet. Good. Oh,
That was
she's
fine.
achy. And toes coming back towards you. Good. We're going to come all the way up. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale.
We're
Uh-oh.
already here.
That's okay. She can stay there. If you want to stay there, that's okay. And we're going to exhale all the way down. It is kind of a little bit of a balance to get down, isn't it? Good. And you can release your hands to the blocks if they're not there already. And it sounds funny. I want you to see if you can move this left hip back into its socket as you're pressing out below this big toe. Good. At the same time, we have a nice broad collarbone. We're not rounding the shoulders. Excellent. And we have a smile on our face. Yes, yes we do. We love this pose, don't we? Yeah. Look, that's a real smile from Francesco, isn't it? Yep, authentic. Right there. Good. All right. I'm distracting you. Hold it. One more breath. Nice, smooth, easy breath. See if that exhalation can release you any further towards the floor.
I found my hamstring.
He found him. He found him. We were looking for him earlier. I think he found him, huh? Good. Hold it. One more breath. Excellent. And here we go. Come back to center. And you can just shift the blocks off to the side as we bend. Yeah, don't throw them this time. We really are going to use them on the next side. And move back into this low lunge. Good. See again if this knee can go slightly over the toes. It's the only time I'm ever going to ask you that, really. As long as the back knee is on the mat. Good. And we're coming back into a little low lunge here. Good. Holding it. Doing great. Coming out of it in 3, 2, and release. Perfect. Hands onto the mat. Left leg meets the right in downward dog. Beautiful. Maybe again a little gentle shake. No, yes from the neck. Maybe you like to bicycle these legs out. Make sure there's no tension in there. If you're really feeling adventurous today and want to work it out, you can float through a little vinyasa. Otherwise, we're meeting us in downward dog. I'll float with you through the vinyasa. They're going to stay in downward dog. Good. And we're back here, and let's lift up. Oh, yes, we had some. They did it with us. Good. Right leg nice and high towards the sky. Hips, knees pointing down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee into the chest. Bring it in between these palms. Good. We're dropping this back knee down. We're moving into this nice low lunge. I'm untucking my toes. I'm placing the top of my foot into the mat. As I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling, coming up. Good. I don't mind this knee going over the toes as long as that back foot is on the mat. Your hands, your fingers can be facing towards me, the screen, as your elbows face away from me. Sounds funny, but this hip, see if you can move it down, back. Good. Excellent. Elbows facing towards the back wall. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if the sternum can move towards the ceiling. Maybe we have a smile on our face, softening any tension here. Good. Good. You're doing great. You're doing great. We're almost there. Almost there. Good. Come back to center. Release your left hand towards the floor. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to twist from the belly, the rib cage, the sternum, and the neck, and the shoulders. This right hand can be on this right thigh or knee, making sure it doesn't just release out like that. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting. Good. Holding it, but not the breath. Almost allowing each exhale to deepen this twist, bringing out any more air in the lungs.
Do the hips need to stay in place?
Yeah, I'd like them to stay in place. That was a good question. Do they need to stay in place? We don't want to sort of totally, they can shift a little bit, a small amount. Yeah, just a small amount. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. Good. Hold it. 3, 2, and release. Back to center. Good. This is where we need those blocks. Place those blocks under the hands. Good. And shift back. Shift back. Shift the weight back. Good. So I have my right leg extended. I'm pressing out with the balls of my feet. I'm having this right hip move back into the socket and down. Good. If you're there and you don't want to come up, you don't have to. Otherwise, we are here. Elbows facing the back room. We're inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, we're folding, hinging. Good. You can release your hands, blocks. Good. And maybe we're tuning into those cues again. Can we bring this right leg, this like right femur, back into that right pelvis? Maybe that helps us find those hamstrings more. Did we find them?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still
Okay.
searching.
Still searching. Bring this right hip down a little bit down. Back and then pressing out through the big toe and just below the big toe. Good. And we're inhaling, lengthening. Exhale. See if you can untuck your sitting bones anymore. Good. Inhaling, lengthening. Toes pointing back towards you. Yeah, I see those little toes over there, Miss Nina. Bring those toes back towards you. It does change the pose. You know, if you're like this, it's actually easier when you're flexing it. And you can try that out. Flex them and point them. But I do want them flexed. Good. One more. Inhale, lengthening. Exhaling, folding forward. Good. Use the breath. Softening any tension. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding over. Good. And coming back to center, you can shift those blocks off to the side. I think you can throw them if you wanted to. We're really not going to use them. As we bend this right leg, good. We're moving back into this low lunge. I want you to untuck that back left foot, press it into the mat so there's no tension on that knee. This front right knee is able to go past those toes. Good. We're hanging out here, inhaling. Exhaling, lifting the torso up. Hands on the hips, fingers towards me, elbows towards the back room. Inhale. Exhale, lifting the sternum towards the sky. One last time, holding it. 3, 2, and releasing, coming back to center. Place these hands on the mat, tuck that back toe under, and right leg meets the left, downward dog. Beautiful. You can alternate the bend, like bicycle these legs out, maybe your neck, a gentle shake. Yes, a gentle shake. No. Good. If you like, you can float through this little vinyasa with us, or you can stay right in downward dog. No pressure. And we're gonna meet right back in downward dog. Today's an easy day. I want you to feel a little easy. Good. Holding it here. 3, 2, and release. Bring the knees to the mat. Shift yourself back into child's pose. I do want a little Spider-Man child's pose. So I want you to Spider-Man. Your fingers are on the tips of your fingertips. Tips of your fingers. Good. Shoulders move away from your ears. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Good. Sounds funny. Can we kind of rotate our shoulders? So I'm just shifting one forward and then almost like a little wave or a figure 8 or a sway, if that makes sense. Good. So I'm just kind of swaying a little bit. I'm bringing one, maybe making circles with the shoulders. That's maybe a better description. See if you can change that movement. Good, and then come back to center, back to a stationary pose. Good, and release and come back to center. Excellent. We're gonna grab your strap and or blanket again. We're gonna undo this, and I want you to fold it a little bit more. So if it's halfway folded, then you can fold it kind of again. And basically we're gonna make a little bit for you to sit on and not sit on at the same time. And I think again, and even one more. So it's kind of a very tight fold. Yeah, and I'm gonna use this side. And maybe I'll show you. We're gonna sit on it and not sit on it. So I just want you to have your bum on it. And almost place the full bum on it, and you might feel like you're sitting like this. And then I want you to slide off of it. And we are gonna be in this straddle. Good, we're sliding off of this. Good, so it almost helps to untuck the sitting bones. And maybe you're sitting up nice and tall. Good, we're gonna sway side to side right here. Side to side. Good, I'm gonna face towards you so we feel like we're connected. Good, we're swaying from side to side. Good, deep breaths in, nice smooth breaths out. Pressing out through our feet. Our legs are fully engaged. They're not wet noodles. Good. And let's come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're just gonna fold. Hinge. You can place your hands in front of you. They can be in a little Spider-Man position if you like. I want you to keep pressing out through the balls of your feet, allowing your toes to come back towards you. Good. If this still feels good, we're inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, walking them down. Holding it here. Maybe a little sway. If that feels good to you. Sometimes I do sway in positions to take my mind off the tension or the discomfort, trying to make it comfortable. The word asanas or asana means a comfortable seated position. So that's really what we're working towards. There's tension in your forehead. Or again, you're wishing that I never put you in this pose. We've lost the idea of yoga. Yes. Good. See if you can inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go down a little further. Your choice if you like this sway, if you don't like this sway. Good. I love these feet flexing, pointing towards you. I'd love a nice broad collarbone. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. See if you can release a little further. No pressure, no force. Wherever we are at today, I don't have a trophy if you get to the floor. What I want is the breath a softness in the body, a softness in the breath. And we're gonna hold it here. Give me 2 full exhalations. Good, one more. Beautiful. Slowly pushing ourselves up. Excellent. We're gonna allow the left hand to float down that left leg, reaching towards the toes. I don't care if you grab them or reach them. And this opposite right hand coming up and over. Good, sternum towards the sky. Good. Again, inhale, lengthening, exhaling. See if we release a little further towards the floor. At the same time, allowing the sternum to reach towards the sky. 3, 2, and coming back to center. Good. Maybe we like a little sway from side to side. And then coming to the right side, allowing that right hand to float down that leg, maybe towards the ankle or the toes. Inhaling, exhaling, opposite arm coming up and over. Good. Sternum towards the sky. Allowing the breath to release us closer to the floor. Allowing the breath to release any tension from us. Good. Sternum towards the sky. 3, 2, and releasing. Good. Give me a little sway from side to side. Excellent. Let's help our legs. Bring them back into center. So even if you have to kind of help them in. Good. Maybe a little wiggle. Maybe a little pound. Good. And I want you to adjust yourself back on this blanket and then straighten your left leg and just have the heel of your right leg come in towards the groin. Good. Last one. Shavasana is near. We're inhaling, lengthening. We're just slightly turning our torso towards our straight leg. We're inhaling, exhaling, folding forward. So almost I have one shoulder on one side and the inside of the leg and one shoulder on the outside of the leg. Good. I really don't care if you touch your toes. What I do want is the navel getting closer to the thigh as your shoulders resist away from your shins or your knee. Good. And let's inhale, lengthen, nice long torsos. The front body is the same length as the back body. Inhaling, exhaling. See if we can fold a little more. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, folding a little more. Good. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, folding, releasing. Good. We're holding it here, but not the breath. Maybe we're putting a little smile on our faces. Good. 3, 2, and release. Coming back to center. Good. We're just changing. Just changing. Right leg comes out. Left leg comes in towards the groin. I'm flexing this foot. I'm inhaling, lengthening. I'm turning towards the straight leg. One shoulder on the outside, one shoulder on the inside. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding. Good. Let yourself get used to this position. Allow the breath to soften, allowing the breath to release any tension. Again, we're inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, releasing down. We're tuning in to the sound of our breath. Maybe it creates a little softness. Excuse me. Good. One more. Inhale, lengthening. Exhaling. Softening, releasing. Good. And let's release back to center. Excellent. Let's grab, excuse me. I think our little pillow, and I'm going to figure out how to make this happen, and then I'll give you instructions. So I'm looking for a reclined fish pose. So it's kind of going to go into your, yeah, reclined fish pose. Yeah, that's what it is. Hansi-Atsen. It's really the name of it. Yeah.
All these
fish,
images in my
right,
head
I was
going
thinking, what does a fish, how does a fish recline? Really, how does it recline? I don't know, but it does. So we're gonna kind of be in this position and then allow the head to release towards the floor. And what I want are the hips on the ground. So it's almost as if we're really untucking the tailbone. Good. And you can almost have the top of your head also on the mat. So it can kind of be a little like this. This is relaxing. Nina's, I think, like, oh, what are you doing, Kristyn? You said this was easy. You said this was an easy day. But I think once we're in this, I think you'll find it relaxing, hopefully. You do have to breathe. Yes, I do recommend breathing in any pose. Good. Excellent. And almost any more of an arch. I know I can't really adjust people today because we have 1.5 meters. But any more of an arch and any more can you come on the forearms of your arms. So the sort of, you're on the forearms, fingers facing, I don't know, towards your feet. And I want middle fingers parallel to each other. Good. Shoulders away from your ears at the same time. So you have a nice broad collarbone. So my elbows are kind of keeping that blanket in check behind me. It's keeping them together. And my forearms are pressing into the mat. All 10 fingers are pressing into the mat. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together down the back. Don't worry, after this is Shavasana. This is it. This is the last hard pose. And hopefully this doesn't feel that hard. Hopefully it feels relaxing. Yes, now you know what a reclined fish looks like. Sorry.
There was a non-reclined fish.
No, there isn't. Oh, that's good. Good. See how it feels to straighten your legs. Good. If there's any tension, you can bring them back to bending, your choice. And once they are straight, how about we point them? We're going to point our toes. Good. I'm still pressing my forearms into the mat and all 10 fingertips into the mat. We can be on the back of our head, sort of the back, or move a little bit towards the top of the head by untucking the chin and kind of just rolling towards the top of the head, as long as there's no tension on the neck. Good. Holding it here. How about 5 more seconds? We can do this. 4, 3, 2. Good. And let's come out of this nice and easy. Let's bend these knees again. So knees towards the ceiling. Good. Let's come up onto these forearms. We're right here. Good. We're going to come all the way back to center. Excellent. And you can throw these off to the side. And let's prepare for Shavasana. How was that? That wasn't that bad. That was nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And it's good because it sort of expands the front body and it gives a little stretch to our thoracic spine and a nice little arch.
I feel like I can breathe better now.
You can,
Because
okay.
it's stretched or
Right,
something.
your diaphragm and
Yeah.
maybe the chest, yeah. Yeah, Nina said maybe she feels like she can breathe better, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Good, so if you want to put on socks, get a little sweater, I'm gonna change our music and we're gonna prepare for Shavasana. You can turn off your lights at home. Find a nice, quiet space within the house if you haven't already. Yeah, turning off lights, maybe putting on socks. I'm gonna come around, maybe give them a little adjustment on their feet. But what I want from you, I really want feet greater than hip width distance apart. And your arms out to the side at a 45-degree angle, palms facing up. Bringing your shoulders away from your ears. Good. I'm gonna cover them with blankets. We are softening. We're allowing any tension in our forehead, in our eyes to soften. Softening any tension in our jaw, in our teeth, allowing the lips to part. Bringing your awareness to your shoulders, shoulder sockets, your upper back, we're observing any tension. Any stagnant energy. And we're allowing it to melt down our triceps, our biceps, our elbows, observing, tuning in to any tension, any stagnant energy, or we're consciously allowing it, giving it permission to soften, to dissolve. Moving down your hamstrings, down your quadriceps, past your strong, healthy knees, past your shins, your calves, your ankles, and out each and every toe, allowing yourself to feel weightless, yet grounded for just another minute. I'd like you to begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, coming back into the body. And your next exhalation, I'd like you to roll to your right side, bringing your knees into your chest, resting here for just a minute, using the strength of your arms, keeping your head heavy. Slowly push yourself up. To a comfortable comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with us this morning. Namaste. Well, thanks for joining us. We're here every Wednesday live, otherwise there's recordings. We'll also take requests. You can let us know what you want to work on. Thanks for joining.